Real prisoners who are too evil for hell and are still alive today. Hey fams, you are welcome to Mind-Blowing Top 5, and guess what? We are about to blow your mind away. Are some people too evil for even hell to handle? Today we're diving into the disturbing world of the most notorious criminals who are still alive and locked away in high-security prisons around the globe. These are the kind of individuals who have committed unthinkable acts of depravity that will leave you speechless. From cannibalistic murderers to serial rapists, the list we've compiled will shock you to your core. So if you think you have what it takes to explore the dark depths of human evil, join us as we count down the top 5 real prisoners who are too evil for hell and are still alive today. But beware, this is not for the faint of heart. Charles Manson. Kicking off our infamous list from number 5 is none other than Charles Manson, the notorious cult leader who became a symbol of pure evil. Manson was the leader of the Manson family, a cult that committed a series of brutal murders in the late 1960s, including the infamous Tate LaBianca murders. Manson's twisted worldview, which combined elements of race war, apocalypse, and pop culture, captivated his followers and drove them to commit some of the most shocking crimes of the century. Despite Manson's apparent insanity, he was found guilty of orchestrating the murders and sentenced to life in prison. Today, at the age of 86, he is still alive and behind bars, a reminder of the darkest corners of the human psyche. Manson's legacy is one of terror, manipulation, and the dangerous power of a charismatic leader over a group of vulnerable individuals. So, while Manson may be too evil for hell, he remains a haunting presence on this earth, a symbol for humanity's potential for darkness. Number 4. Anders Behring Breivik. At number 4 on our list is a name that sends chills down my spine and will forever be associated with one of the deadliest attacks in modern history. Meet Anders Behring Breivik, a Norwegian far-right extremist who unleashed a reign of terror in 2011 that claimed the lives of 77 innocent people and left hundreds more injured. But what drove this man to commit such unspeakable acts of violence? Breivik's twisted mission was fueled by a deep-seated hatred of multiculturalism and what he saw as the Islamization of Europe. His rampage began with a devastating car bombing in Oslo that targeted government buildings, and then he proceeded to unleash a massacre on the island of Utøya, where he systematically hunted down and murdered young people who had gathered for a political summer camp. The horror lasted for over an hour, leaving a trail of devastation and trauma that will never be forgotten. Despite the overwhelming evidence against him, Breivik showed no remorse for his heinous crimes and even attempted to justify them as a necessary evil to protect Norway and Europe from multiculturalism. His trial was one of the most high-profile cases in Norwegian history, and he was ultimately sentenced to 21 years in prison with the possibility of an extension. But even behind bars, Breivik remains a haunting presence, revered by far-right extremists and white supremacists, who see him as a twisted hero and martyr for their cause. Today, he is one of the most notorious prisoners in the world, a chilling reminder of the dangers of hate and extremism. Number 3. Joseph Kony. The number 3 on our list is Joseph Kony, a Ugandan warlord who has been terrorizing Central Africa for decades. Kony is the leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, LRA, a brutal rebel group known for its use of child soldiers, rape, and mass killings. Kony's ultimate goal is to establish a theocratic government based on the 10 Commandments, but his methods have been nothing short of monstrous. Kony and the LRA have been responsible for the deaths of thousands of people as well as the displacement of millions. They have targeted civilians, churches, schools, and other institutions, leaving a trail of destruction and trauma in their wake. Despite years of efforts by the international community to capture or kill him, Kony has managed to evade capture and remains at large to this day. He is believed to be hiding in the jungles of Central Africa, using his knowledge of the terrain and his loyal followers to evade authorities. Kony's continued existence is a reminder of the ongoing conflict and instability in parts of Africa, as well as the horrors that can be committed by those who seek power at any cost. The hunt for Kony has become a symbol of the struggle to bring justice to victims of war crimes and human rights abuses. And his eventual capture or demise would be a significant victory for those who have suffered at his hands. In short, Kony is a real prisoner who is too evil for hell and is still alive today, and his reign of terror serves as a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature. The number 2 and number 1 prisoners on our list today are even more dangerous than the devil himself, and yet still alive. Pedro Rodrigues FILHO. Number 2 on our list is Pedro Rodrigues FILHO, also known as Pedrinho Matador or Killer Petey. He is a Brazilian serial killer who is believed to have killed at least 71 people, including his own father. His story is a disturbing one that highlights the extreme violence and brutality that some individuals are capable of. FILHO's childhood was marked by trauma and abuse, which may have contributed to his violent tendencies. His first murder was committed when he was just 14 years old, and it was of a guard who he believed had killed his girlfriend. FILHO's killing spree continued over the next several years, and he reportedly targeted other criminals as well as innocent people. Despite his crimes, FILHO was not caught for many years and even worked as a police officer at one point. When he was finally arrested, he was sentenced to more than 100 years in prison, but Brazilian law limits the maximum sentence to 30 years. Today, at the age of 67, FILHO is still alive and serving time in prison. Number 1, the toy box killer, David Parker Ray. And finally, the number 1 spot on our list goes to a man whose crimes are so heinous and disturbing that they are even difficult to comprehend. David Parker Ray, also known as the Toy Box Killer, was an American serial killer and suspected serial rapist who was believed to have tortured and killed numerous women in his New Mexico home. Ray's crimes were particularly gruesome, and he had a custom-made torture chamber in his home that he referred to as his toy box. In this chamber, he would abduct, drug, and sexually assault his victims, using a variety of tools and devices to inflict pain and suffering. Ray also recorded his crimes and would often play them back to his victims to further traumatize them. Despite being suspected of numerous murders and disappearances, Ray was only convicted of kidnapping and torture in 2001, and he died in prison in 2002 before he could be tried for murder. However, his accomplices, Cynthia Hendy and Jesse Ray, were also convicted and are still serving time in prison. Ray's crimes were so depraved and cruel that they continue to shock and horrify people to this day. His toy box and the recordings he made of his crimes are evidence of the depths of human depravity and the capacity for extreme sadism. Alright fams, there you have it, the top 5 real prisoners who are too evil for hell and are still alive today. Their stories are a sobering reminder of the darkness that can exist within the human soul. We can only hope that justice is served for their victims and that these prisoners are never able to harm anyone again. If you found this video interesting, then you'll love our next video. Subscribe for more.